from Warhorse Training. I appreciate that I haven't been here a long time, and well, let's be honest with you, I haven't been around for like nearly all year. And what today's about is to kind of explain the reasons why. And it's not because these reindeer are doing the conga. At least that's what I was told they was doing anyway. Ultimately, this year has been hard. There's been so much that's happened in such a short period of time. It's almost like 5 years kind of intertwined into one. And I want to do this video just to almost humbly apologise and just explain where I've been and why, and get you a greater understanding of what's happened. It's hard for me to say, it's hard for me to talk through, so just bear with me, stay tuned, and I'll let you know everything that's happened. Really, from a standpoint, I've had a lot of self-awareness this year and a lot of things that I've had to overcome and deal with. I got myself so depressed and with anxiety and all these kind of pillars that I support you guys with, I had the natural struggle of. We'll go through the reasons why. And about 2 months ago, I did actually die on an operating theatre under the knife for a very short period of time. It's made me realise things are not as bad as they seem. Things are not worth stressing about. Those little trials and tribulations that happen in life, you just gotta let it go, pick your battles, but ultimately reach out to the people that you love. If you haven't heard from someone in a while, and you consider them friend, family, loved one, neighbour, etc., reach out to them, let them know you're thinking of them, because you just don't know what they're going through. I've had some very close friends of mine that have reached out to me and just gone, hey dude, not heard from you in a while. What you up to? How's things going? People don't always open up. I didn't always open up straight away, and that's a difficult thing. You can't force people, but just for people to know that you're there makes a big difference. So I'm gonna bring it right down and bring down the energy, and stay with me please, and listen to how things have happened. I know everybody's got their own life and they've all got their own things they're going through, and it's really hard. I just want to kind of share mine and give you a greater understanding. So, getting a bit hot, so I'm going to take this jumper off. And yes, that is a Christmas t-shirt, because it is the season to be jolly. Fra la 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 la. Let's bring it back to October 2021. So, me and my ex-partner, we broke up for reasons that I don't want to massively publicise. There was nothing wrong between us. We was absolutely fine. Matter of fact, you know, my current person I'm spending time with, my current partner, they're probably not going to want to hear that I was happy, you know, and that happens. And there's no animosity or atmospheric issues really between us. Certainly not from me. But yeah, we'll park that because it's too personal. But ultimately, one big contributing factor is my daughter has PTSD and trauma. She's been abused in the background. If you follow my channel, if you know me, you know exactly what I've been through. I've had her for the last 4.5 years as a single dad. I had a partner that entered my life. I'd spent some time with a couple of people and tried to kind of make things work. And she is hard work, but she's my hard work, and I love her to pieces. In previous custody with mum, well, I say joint custody, there was no real issue my end. Mum didn't take her to school for 4 years. She's been subject to elements of various abuse and neglect, and I don't want to go too much into it. It's not fair on her mum. We're trying to patch up the relationship between mother and daughter when my daughter is ready to do so. It's all at her pace, and she's not quite there yet. We're doing the healing process. But she is hard work, so I do understand, and I see both sides of every story. I understand the reasoning why and how hard it is to raise a kid that ain't yours, that comes with all these problems of anger outbursts and issues, and especially when we're trying to raise a family. So I get that. So that's the precursor to this year. During all this time of upset and anguish and everything going really wrong, and I lost my partner, and I was trying to understand why and you know, it wasn't between me and her, it was mitigating circumstances, life environments and kids and various other things. But obviously she was pregnant to my son, and I tried so hard to make it work for about 6-7 weeks afterwards. I absolutely tried, because I was like, hey, it's nothing between me and you. Let's, you know, we can work on this. I'm working on my daughter. We're getting there. We're going to, you know, I'm buying a house. You know, I was getting a house for all of us. It took me 15 years to get this house, you know, saving, scrimping, living on soup. I'm joking, absolutely on the breadline to try and make things happen, because the money I did have got reinvested into fighting for my daughter, which then meant the house was kind of such a far distant thing that probably wasn't really going to happen. Subsequently, apologies if I say a lot of this is difficult for me to talk about. Subsequently, I was really at rock bottom in November and December last year. One of our close family friends, someone who looks after my daughter, she's a childcare professional, she's been very close to the family, she's been lovely. She was a bit of a rock to me and to my daughter, and I was pushing my daughter on to her whilst I was working. I was working at the time as a national field sales manager, as well as running this business, Warhorse Training, and you know, hand in hand, both together. You could argue which one's the proper job. I know which one I'd rather do permanently. I'd love to do this permanently and you know, train you guys, both martial arts, kickboxing, shot a can, do things like hairdressing, massaging with you guys, work on kind of your bodybuilding, your strength, your, you know, bikini modeling. I've done things with some amazing people in the past through weight loss journeys to go in and enter in beauty pageants and being the best version of yourself. One thing we do here is we work on mind, body and soul. So I've done a lot of kind of counselling courses and support, and within my daughter's journey, I've done a lot of things for her therapy, all sorts, to try and unknit the cobwebs of trauma. And I strongly believe that with a strong mind, strong soul through the spirituality that I bring, and strong body, I can assist people in becoming, you know, ascending to be the best version of themselves. And essentially that's what this journey is all about. You know, everybody says, whether it's spiritual, God, whatever you think, you know, essentially you get so much stuff flung at you at great velocity, and you've got to either dodge it, move out of the way, or deal with it. And it is to allow you to be the best version of yourself and transcend into the next, you know, Anton 2.0 in my occasion. So subsequently, it was a hard time for me, and this person really supported me and my daughter, and was there through Halloween, was there through Christmas as a friend, and it flourished into, you know, we spent a while not even entertaining the fact, and it did flourish into something wonderful. I'm very thankful that this year that has had 5 years embedded into it, I've had that person by my side supporting me, because if it wasn't for my daughter and for my partner, I probably wouldn't be here this year. I lost myself, and I lost the ability to keep fighting. It was too hard. Like I said, I had my son beginning of January after that breakup and that difficult situation, and I was trying so hard to be involved, and I want to be in his life, and I wanted to be there, and the conversations, you know, I'm sure everybody's had a situation where the conversation's been very one-sided or not been interactive, or whatever the dynamic is. I'm not here to bitch and moan. I'm here to talk facts, and I have a lot of love for his mum and a lot of respect for his mum, and I also see things from both sides of the story, so I'm not here to badmouth in any way, shape or form. This is my version of events and how things have made me feel to not want to be here, and subsequently mean that when I had an operation, I died, and I'm going back in for another operation, and I'm panicking and worried about it a little bit. And sorry guys. And it's, when he was born, it's a beautiful little blessing, and I got a phone call saying he's arrived, even though I wanted to be there at the birth, and I was, you know, I was ready, got the little bag ready and everything, and I supported, did everything I could. I saw him every single day. I had 2 weeks off paternity with my old job as a national field sales manager, and left Warhorse for a little bit, focused on him, and it was wonderful. came back to work to be made redundant, so lost my job. I was without a job for 3 months, got the keys to my house, which was mine and Taz's house now. Got the keys to the house for shortly after him being born. It's a big restoration project, it's all I could afford, so I got a 3-bed house that had some serious problems, but the structure was good. The whole bathroom upstairs flooded, brought all of the ceiling down, which meant that the ceiling was, all of the flooring was damaged, the ceiling was damaged underneath. Had to replace the flooring on the first floor, ceiling on the ground floor, had to replace baths, build a whole box unit, put a shower in, toilets, everything, with helps from family, friends, and obviously now true found partner. And I had to replace front and back doors, ripping them off, changing them all, put carpet throughout, painting, etc. 6-foot fence paneling around the back. Between me partner and my daughter, we laid Taz helped me with everything, absolutely everything. And so did some friends as well. I couldn't have done it without him. You know, laid a patio out back, all on my own. Laid the front concrete area out front. By on my own, I mean without a professional. It's been us guys mucking together. Re-landscaped the garden, put 3.5 ton worth of cottonwood stone out front, did everything on a shoestring, absolute shoestring, because I had no money and I wanted to contribute towards my son's life. So I was paying for his clothes, his nappies, his wipes, various other things. I kept everything itemised, kept everything like I'm a weirdo. I kept an Excel file because that's just what I do, and you know, I want him to know I was there, and I've tried, and I'm always going to be there. And if you ever listen to this, Alvy, I'm always going to be there. I'll try and fight and always try and be there. And the first year, I have not spent quality time with you. It's been shared time on terms and conditions of with other people present, for no fault of my own or any reason. I'm just playing the patient game, and I'm just supporting the cause of Mum, and supporting the cause of where people's mindsets are at the moment. And it's completely against my will. It's put a lot of stress on me. It's put a lot of anxiety, dread, and it's really crumbled me. So being unemployed, doing this house up, not working, losing my partner, being supported by loved ones, ultimately finding a new partner. She's had to mop up all this mess, bless her, and then subsequently finding a new job. A lot of stress with that though. Money, finances was unreal. Absolutely unreal. I lost my job for 3 months. I had no money, no safety net, no nothing. Just bought the house. I've racked up debt galore like you won't believe. I've had a company car that I got for the previous job that I don't need now, but I'm tied into and stuck in, and I can't figure out. So if anybody wants a Mercedes E-Class 250 AMG, please just drop me a message. I mean, 46,000 miles on the clock. It's a nice bluey silver colour. It's got the full pack. It even parks itself. That's how bloody cool it is. So yeah, please reach out to me, 2014 plate, because I need to get rid of it. I need to get rid of this looming finance deal over my head. So there's a bit of a sales pitch within a conversation. But I'm just struggling, absolutely struggling, and still paying off elements of the court cases and various other things, to then have other looming debts of, you know, you have to contribute to certain things as you do, and more than happy to do so. But that's not what it's all about. I put a lot of weight on. I got really down and depressed and out and couldn't deal with things. So I found myself, I couldn't wake up, I couldn't get to work. On the house, that is, not work, by the way, if anyone's watching. Just couldn't motivate myself. Had some blood works done. They checked the normal things, kind of, what's your iron levels, what's your B2, what's this, what's that, what's the other. Found out that my cortisol levels was like skyrocketed, and with sleep apnea, that's why I was struggling to breathe at night, that's why I was waking up all the time, and, you know, coming out in various issues. With the cortisol levels being so high, my testosterone's depleted. It went to absolutely nothing. So thankful for the NHS for supporting me with that. Obviously talking through diets, talking through kind of testosterone hormone kind of replacement, various other things, just to try and get me back on track, which was really nice of them. So having to contend with all of that, it put me extremely overweight. I wasn't focusing on me, wasn't focusing on diet. I got a cooker now though, guys, so I'm back on it. I spent all year without a cooker because I couldn't afford one. I was kind of foreman grilling, and my partner was helping me, my mum was helping me, and I was using like halogen ovens and microwaves and honestly stock pots, you name it, everything other than an oven that I had I was using. But I finally got an oven now, managed to scrimp together and get it. It took me a whole year to save for this budget little thing, but it'll do for now. It'll do for now. You know, some of the house still don't even have flooring in, but it's livable. But stress levels up here, testosterone down here. I just lost the will to live. I thought, what's the point? I'm fighting for something that I'm never going to be able to see. Every day was a fight. I want to be careful what I say because I want to be respectful to all parties involved. Every day was a fight and it was hard. It was really hard. And then I found out I had hernias. So I had this piercing pain. I ignored it for a long time. Carried on doing manual labour, patio, various other things, ceilings, etc. Came to a point where I couldn't move. I couldn't drive. Everything was hurting. Everything was hurting. Got checked out, found out I got hernias on both right and left side. They went in for the left-hand side. They cut me open, about that far away from the base of my penis. Apologies for any derogatory if that offends you. I mean, it's a penis. Men have it. Can't say that anymore. I mean, people that identify as men may have it. People that identify as men may not have it. If you're a transgender panda, you may have it. Anyway, I've got one just above there. And they operated from there to my hip line, and I had a hernia that, like, you got the underside of your kind of like pelvic kind of back, holding the bowels in, and I had a little hole in it. That's the hole, and it kind of it kind of went through like that. Yeah, there we go, and that's my intestine coming through just below the base of it. So they operated, pulled it all back through, gorsed it up. So where the hole is, they stitch a patch to behind it. So when the intestines push through, it pushes through this kind of spring-loaded patch, in opposed to kind of going all the way through and migrating wherever it wants to. That one was quite easy. They obviously have to watch out for nerve endings and testicle tubes and various other things just to make sure that everything works afterwards and I don't lose a bollock. And yeah, I'm really pleased to say everything does work afterwards and I didn't lose a bollock. But one of the hernias on the three on the left-hand side migrated all the way down the side into my left testicle chamber and caused a bit of aggro. Ironically, they wasn't the two that caused the most problem. The one that went underneath my oblique muscles. So we all have oblique muscles. It's that nice V taper you see on people that are in relatively good shape and not looking like the Michelin man like me at the moment. But essentially it went underneath my V taper. When they put me under, because I'm the size of a baby whale, you know, walrus, rhino, whatever, they injected me and put me under, and essentially I died. My body just gave up. All the stress and the issues that I've had over the last year, I just lost my fight. 93 seconds later, they bump started me. Obviously everything's all cut open, bits of inside of bits are there. They operated, they cut the oblique muscle, which meant that my leg doesn't move. So if you've seen me out and about in the gym, today was one of the first times, I'm doing kind of rehabilitation and physio elements. So it's like a £10 little gym around the corner. Not that I'm trying to justify pricing, but don't have money, by the way. And it's one of those things. So I'm kind of tying a band to it, trying to move my knee to my chest, standing shoulder width apart, planting this leg into the ground, dragging it towards the other leg to try and work on those kind of flexor muscles and everything, doing like the lunge position and then dragging the foot forward, hitting stairs. I'm doing an incline walk now. I've been told that for the next 6 months I can't do combat sports, I can't do heavy lifting, I can't go back into my wrestling, I can't do even hiking. And these are all things that, if anyone knows me, that's why I keep my head clarity. That and motorbike riding. So now I can't go on my motorbike, I can't do this, can't do that, can't do the other. I'm confined to playing guitar, chatting rubbish, singing potentially, and drawing. I'm like, well, it's hard to have an outlet when your main outlets have been shut down. It's 3 weeks bedbound. Took me about 2 months. This was the 31st of October that I had this operation. This is the first time that I'm now can walk 10 minutes down the road to go to a gym properly without in pain. I got to go through all this all over again on the 30th of January. It was supposed to be the 30th of December. I stopped it because Alvy's birthday is the 8th of January. I wanted to make sure I could be there for his birthday and be there for him. Be there for this Christmas. It just so happens there's a lot of illness around Christmas, so it's not quite worked out that way, but I will still see him. Also, partner's birthday's around there, so I want to make sure that I can see her as well. And it's just, I've got to go through it all over again on 30th of January, and I'm dreading it. I'm scared, and I'm worried, and I don't like it. But I've got a month. So this month's journey is to get mobile, get moving, get this left-hand side working so it can become my stronger side when the right-hand side gets cut to bits. Also lose a little bit of weight if I can, but obviously I can't do any heavy lifting and combat, so I'm going to have to focus on a very different type of journey to what I'm used to doing. Thank you for everybody that's loved me and supported me through this. Again, this message isn't a pity pool for woe is Anton or the world's ending. Reach out to the people you love. You don't know what they're going through. Thank you for everybody that's been there for me. I love you indefinitely. Apologies for the people that I've not been there for, and apologies for being a little bit distant this year. I'm on another 6 months journey as of the 30th of January. After that, I'll be coming back, fighting fit. I'll keep you all up to date on how things are happening. Warhorse training is still here. It's here to stay. It's just on a temporary pause until we can move forward. With all of these issues that are happening, I've now been granted the ability to be a disability officer for my daughter. Didn't even know that was a thing. And I guess you don't know what you don't know until you don't know it. And then when you do need it, you do need to know it. No one ever shows you and tells you because it's like a lifeline. So, yeah, registered as that now. Got a serious decision after this operation once I can move and stuff, whether I continue working conventionally as well as doing Warhorse, or whether I just stop completely and just become a disability officer and carer for my daughter. It does mean that I will have less money. It does mean that I won't pay my own way with various other things, but such is life. At the end of the day, guys, all these little bits of problems and arguments and issues and money quarrels and health checks and all this issue, none of it matters. Health, family, loved ones, that's all that matters. So guys, have an amazing Christmas, have an amazing New Year. Thank you for listening to my rant. Much love to everybody, and yeah, wish me well. It's hard to just kind of get this all off my chest to you guys, but that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing. Take care, guys. This isn't a pity pool. This is just to say, you know, I'm sorry I haven't been there, guys. You know, I haven't been out, I haven't been talking to people, I've not done any videos. I've very much just done me, my family, and tried to be there for my son, which, you know, I think that's good enough. I mean, essentially being there is more important than anything I should imagine, and supporting my daughter the best I possibly can. And my partner's been a diamond, stepping in every second of the way just to support me through a year that felt like 5. We'll see what January 30th brings. 3 weeks bedbound, and then probably 2-3 months worth of recovery. 6 months worth of no heavy lifting or combat sport, which is my job. Anyway, take care of yourself, guys. Thanks for listening. Much love. Have a great Christmas.